In the headlines, police constable to be flown to Martinique for medical attention after recent attack. Prime Minister calls on public to stand in solidarity with injured police officers, and Nelly Star remembered on 42nd birthday. I am Lorraine Graham Carter with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. Thank you for staying with us. First up, arrangements are ongoing to have Police Constable Wilberton Jules airlifted to Martinique following an attack on him on Carnival Monday. Idona John Baptist has more.
Brandon Gist and Kenrick Mitchell of Kingshill have been charged for attempted murder on the life of Officer Wilberton Jules. They appeared at Roseau Magistrate Court on Thursday, where the charge was formally read to them. Magistrate Michael Bruni has given the prosecution 1 week until February 18, 2016 to put their act together. Constable Jules is now a patient at the Princess Margaret Hospital. The prosecution, led by Inspector Michael Loader, told the court that Jules' condition was, I quote, not good, unquote. Jules was rushed back to the hospital moments after he was released on February 11. Loader said he suffered major head injuries and scans reveal a hematoma. Efforts are now being made to have him flown to Martinique, Loader added. The two men have been remanded in police custody until February 18, 2016, when medical evidence will be revealed by the prosecution and the court will then make a determination for their bail. According to police reports, Jules approached and identified himself to a group of young men who were behaving in a disorderly manner on Monday morning in Church Street, Roseau, and they subsequently attacked him. A hammer and a rock were used to injure the police constable.
In more top stories, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has given commitment to make additional resources available for crime fighting while condemning attacks on 2 police officers for the carnival season. Police Constable Wilberton Jules and Patrickson Esprit, who is attached to the drug squad unit, were both injured in separate incidents this week. Prime Minister Skerrit, while speaking on Carrie's Hang on Thursday, says there should be wide condemnation about these assaults on lawmen.
And we have to stand in absolute solidarity with the police because, you know, if they're attacked and we do not stand in solidarity with them, and if they get themselves into difficulties, we're quick to condemn. So there has to be fairness in the application of criticism, right, and support. And I do hope that the police force will continue to investigate these matters involving the police officers and bring those who are responsible to justice. There were many people in the band, so they would have seen who these people were, and I'm hoping that they will come forward and be witnesses of the state to this crime and ensure that those who are involved are first brought to justice and are able to be successfully prosecuted.
Mr. Skerrit has commended the police for their increased presence during Carnival Jump-Up. He says a newly proposed community policing plan is awaiting approval.
If the police implement this community policing plan as stated in its document, I believe it will go a long way in addressing a number of the concerns which we have in the communities, and of course how the police interfaces with the general public. So I believe before the end of the week the minister will no doubt give his approval to the document submitted to him for his consideration. And of course, as the Minister of Finance and Prime Minister, I have always told our country to stand ready to provide the police with the resources it requires, as I've done in the last 12 years as Prime Minister. Requires to fight crime.
The Africulture Stilt Walkers have once again won the Carnival Band of the Year award. The Stilt Walkers also got the award for Adult Queen of the Band. The result of the Carnival Road Parade competitions was announced on Friday. Deputy leader of the Africulture Stilt Walkers, Cassandra Dewhurst, says winning the title for 2 years in a row is a great accomplishment for the band.
Thank God for his continued grace and mercy and strength, because this carnival season was one of the busiest and toughest for Team Bois. However, we were able to emerge Band of the Year for the second consecutive time, and I must say it's a great source of pride within our camp. We also copped the award for Best Queen of the Band, and it's really quite an accomplishment because this is our fifth time since we have gotten that particular title. So it's a very, very big accomplishment. But Barbara's confidence is just strengthened by these titles. So we remain humble, and we're already looking at plans for 2017 because everybody knows by now that Barbara doesn't play.
In responding to disagreements that the group does not meet the criteria of 50 adults in their costume band, here is what Dewist had to say.
That competition is very healthy, and we will look forward to what the detractors or the critics have to say. It actually keeps us on our toes. We have never lost focus, we remain steadfast, and their criticisms have only been able to strengthen us more. We use it as our motivation, and henceforth our winning titles this year. So I think they should stop complaining because we follow the criteria like everybody else. We had a total of 92 persons in our band. It may have been small compared to the other bands. However, we had the minimum number of 50 plus adults.
The members of Stilt Walkers Group age range from 6 to 52 years. Africulture Stilt Walkers appeared on the road with their theme Tempest Island Alive. The Thunderbirds band placed second with their theme Junkanu, while Carnival Corner came in third place with their costume band titled Mass Kaleidoscope 2016. In more news, leader of the Swinging Stars band, Norman later says Ian Jackson's complaints about sabotage during his daughter's performance at Calypso Finals is unjustifiable. Ian Jackson has written a letter to the Dominica Calypso Association requesting an investigation into irregularities with the sound system, which he thinks put his daughter Janae at a disadvantage in her first rendition. President of the DCA, Hunter St. Rose, has confirmed to Channel 5 News that he is in receipt of the letter, and a meeting with the DCA on Friday evening would determine the way forward. Norman later told Channel 5 News on Friday that contrary to statements that a sound check was not done with sound engineer Lyndon Lestrade, that is not so.
Because Bob sang his song, he practiced his song 3 times while he was sound checking the band. And there was a little more time again. What happened is, apparently, well, the engineer told me he actually sound checked the drum and the brass mics while Bob was practicing. Now the drum, now between us, that sound check the band did is the longest sound check we've done in Dominica in years. Because we normally play on our own system. We have an engineer, and we come and it doesn't take any time at all. So when the guys were finished, as far as the new sound check finished, they unplugged the instruments and they left. Then the engineer called Peter and told Peter, but where are the guys now? I'm not finished yet. So I mean, he said the sound check wasn't done. The truth is the sound check wasn't complete.
Later further explained that once a proper sound check of instruments and mics during one Calypsonian's rehearsal, that is sufficient.
Jeanne sang. They said it wasn't clear. People couldn't hear. Hixie went to the judges, asked them if she should do the song. They said they heard. Then when they checking points, and that was her weaker song, she got many more points. She came higher in the first song on the judges' scorecards than the second song. Second round, she came 8th or 9th. The first round, she came higher when the crowd could not hear her. And the judges said they could. She came higher.
Sure, you're aware that Mr. Jackson has since made a formal complaint to the DCA. Do you think that, having said that, do you think that his complaint is warranted?
Not for the sabotage, no. That is ridiculous as far as I know. That doesn't. If he has to complain, he should complain about the points, the judging. There's no way Lestrade would sabotage anyone.
Swinging Stars sound system has been used for Calypso Finals, but not this time around. Later agrees that the sound system was not the best. Meantime, a veteran judge of Calypso says there was no need to recall Janae to perform at the show. Patrick Pemberton, the most senior judge of Saturday's Calypso Finals, has weighed in on the matter.
In Janae's case, if I remember, the failure came in the last chorus. as far as I remember. I might be wrong. But by that time, I've already had most of the scores down. So even if you called her on a recall, I personally couldn't see myself changing my scores. The criteria would be simple. If the judges felt that they had not had enough, not seen enough, or nothing was presented enough that they could make a judgment on, then we would ask for, because we've done that in the past. Like when mics fail and so on, they had to start taping the switch on the mics because, there was even rumored that some calypsonians were deliberately putting off the mic if they felt they were not going good so that they would recall them. That's why they start taping the switch.
Pemberton says he was speaking on his own behalf and not on the behalf of the panel of Calypso judges. You are watching Channel 5 News, a former Calypso Monarch Prize fall on Calypso judges. Stay with us. Welcome back. Another public outcry of unfair treatment at Saturday's Calypso finals. Two-time Calypso Monarch Davidson observer Victor says he feels disrespected by the judges.
I find to me this year competition, this year Calypso, I understand for other years when I take my blows and I just shut my mouth, because for the past 5 years, I honestly don't think that I was up to par. This year, I think I was more than up to par. And there's no way a judge can watch me and tell me that this I didn't deserve a place in the finals. I don't care, it may have people that have difference of opinion, but that is my opinion. And when I put my two songs relative to the other songs that I compete against, and when I look at my performance relative to the other performances, there's no way a judge can tell me I wasn't deserving to be at least in the top 4 position.
Observer says as a member of the Calypso Association, he knows the criteria for judging, and to his mind, he met them.
In terms of the creativity of my songs, the level of performance, the creativeness of the topics and the writing, the relativeness and the relevance of what I was saying. I mean, this year Calypso, I had the only song in the competition that actually brought to life the whole aspects of carnival and Calypso in a Calypso competition. And that song was executed. It was always one of the forerunner for the year. And you're watching me and tell me I cannot get a place in the top 4 position. To me, that to me is not acceptable to me. Nobody really speaks on my behalf, because so many people meeting me and telling me how they find I was unfairly treated, but I'm not hearing a public outcry.
Observer has, however, agreed that the judge's decision is final. It's 6 months since reggae singer Nelly Starr has been unaccounted for, and police still have no word on the circumstances surrounding her disappearance.
Amidst this, the Raffle family is remembering Nelly Starr's birthday on the 12th of February. Nelly Starr, whose real name is Antonia Raffle, would have turned 42 years on Friday. Her oldest sister, Anna, says there are new projects in the pipeline in Nelly's honor, including her latest produced album.
Actually, we are working on a project for Nelly Starr. We are in the process of working with Neo Expressions. They're doing a booklet with all her quotes that she posted, some of her pictures, and we have a special section in which we're going to put some of her old songs, the songs that were never recorded, the songs she wrote while she was in high school, some of the songs that she got while she got a detention for. So we have all these little, stuff of Nelly Starr. It's just a memorial book, a keepsake, so to speak. Also, there's a second project with her Sister Cool EP.
My name is Sister Cool. I'm just easy little sister, but I ain't no fool. I'm just moving on up this road with my heavy load. But I'm stronger than I was when I was younger. Now I can last much longer with a smile on my face.
Anna and her brother found Nelly's home in the heights of Maho burnt to the ground on August 19, 2015. Police had collected skeletal remains of 2 bodies from the scene for testing abroad. Her family and friends believe it to be that of Nelly and her companion Trevi Felix. Anna says her sister's most recent work, the Sister Cool EP, was expected to be released in October 2015, but it was not possible following the August 2015 incident.
The producers wanted proof of Nelly's no longer with us. So, and that was kind of hard because there's still no identification, no word, nothing. from the sister. They couldn't make an ID or anything with the little remains they had. Last week or week before, we got a go-ahead on the project, and all the rights, everything to the music goes to her children, and the videos. Well, what happened is that when Nelly went to Jamaica, various musicians decided to go ahead and do the music with her, for her, and they themselves produced it. So it was a collaboration, of people that actually came together, musicians in Jamaica, and I needed to get permission from each one of them because the contract that she had got destroyed.
She says the album is a collectibles item which includes video interviews of Nelly.
There's still no closure. Your family still hasn't gotten any closure. What is the police telling you?
Quite frankly, the police keep telling us every day they're working on it.
What would you like Nelly to be remembered as?
She tried very, very hard to make everybody happy and comfortable. I want everybody to just remember her through her songs. It may not be the genre that you like. It may not be the type of music that you like or her style. She progressed in her album from Ranger to soul country and now to Sister Cool to a more jazzy, bluesy thing. So all her songs, the words in her songs, I just want people to just, wow, you know what? That girl, she has a lot to say.
There'll be a soft launch of the album in March. Nelly Star is also known on the Jamaican musical landscape for more than 20 years. Idona John Baptist, Channel 5 News.
On the agriculture scene, banana farmers are now better poised to meet the demands for good quality bananas on the regional market.
That was one of the aims of a one-day theoretical and practical workshop on black sigatoka management in banana tissue culture. Project officer with the Banana Tissue Culture Pilot Program says the workshop was timely as it reflects Dominica's adaptation to changing trends in the regional market.
I would say, in my opinion, the training was a success because if you bear in mind what is the trend now in the region, is towards quality, and for the overall theme of the emphasis of the workshop was quality. So we cannot just produce bananas and not pay attention to quality right now, because I believe if you produce a good quality product, then your customers will be satisfied, and therefore your demand will be there. And that is what the theme was.
The theoretical and practical workshop covered other good management practices for banana and plantain crops.
The morning session consisted of training in the area of BS, black sigatoka disease management, on-farm practices, for example, fertilization, recommended weeding practices, desuckering, field spacing. And the other one was certification and standards. But however, if you do the right practices, which is what we're emphasizing at the workshop, you can produce a good quality banana. To show that management of black sigatoka is a holistic set of practices.
Amidst concerns of black sigatoka affecting the imported plants, Fervier says the black sigatoka control program is effective and will be heightened in 2016.
I think going forward this year, the BSD control is going to be better. At present, there's in excess of 30,000 gallons of oil on island that was paid for by the BAM and is brought in for the wider plantain and banana project. And also fungicides are also coming in, so we can expect there'll be better control. The actual management is also going to be looked at in terms of spray contractors. So these discussions are ongoing, and it's going to be better.
The banana plantlets imported from France last year are being used in this tissue culture pilot program. The first batch of plantlets, which arrived in April 2015, has already started bunching.
Finally, Minister for Public Works and Ports has revealed that designs have been drawn for a permanent bridge at Boitica. The main road linking Boitica and Delices was one of the hardest hit public infrastructures by Tropical Storm Erica. Access has since been improved as a Bailey Bridge was installed over the Boitica Gorge on Christmas Eve. In an interview with Channel 5 News, Minister Ian Pinard said that government has distributed letters to companies that build bridges to construct a permanent structure in the Boitica area.
The three companies has replied, and very soon we will get proposals from the three of them in terms of designing a permanent structure, and we're looking to actually, as soon as we select the contractor, we're hoping that as soon as his design is done, that we construct a permanent bridge immediately.
Meanwhile, 2 projects to repair the Dalis and Roseau Valley main roads at a cost of $4 million each are ongoing.
We've got a preliminary estimate. It's going to cost over $4 million. As soon as we get all the details, we're going to start working that. We're going to do all the necessary intervention, which is going to cost us over $4 million within Boarding at the Dalis. That includes the Victoria Bridge, is included in it, because there's also the Victoria Bridge that has to be built. So we have to build a box culvert in the Victoria area, and that's part of it, part of the intervention that will be done in the Dalis area. In terms of the Roseau Valley area, the same thing. We receive estimates totaling over $4 million in terms of intervention that's to be done. We ask for the detailed information in terms of the design and the drawing, in terms of the Trafalgar to Wharton Raven area and opening that bridge and that section.
That's news. Kenny Williams comes up next with your sports highlights.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sports Report. In cricket carded for the weekend, we have the Augustus Gregoire Intermediate Cricket League kicking off at 3 venues. On Saturday it will be the Nagico Northern Stars versus Police Sports Club at Benjamin's Park. Winter Park will host a match between Summit and Marino Evergreen, and at Winter Park, Gardens Reuben Bakery Christian will take on PH Williams Collyho. Sunday's games include matches between Point Michelle Cricket Academy and Marino Blasters Sports Club at the stadium, Dublin United Stars and Gladiators at Benjamin's Park, and Gallia will go up against Sagicor Somerset at Botanic Gardens. The games are scheduled for 10 a.m. On to the WICB Professional Cricket League now, where Jamaica Scorpions trailed by 101 runs with 6 wickets remaining in the first innings on Thursday. First at the crease was Leeward Islands Hurricanes, scoring 155 all out. Darren Cruikshank registered a solid 51 runs, while Monsien Hodge added 41. Damian Jacobs and Nikita Miller wreaked havoc in the Leeward Islands batting lineup when they picked up 5 for 50 and 4 for 63 for Scorpions respectively. Jamaica in their turn at the crease ended their first day on 54 for 4, with Jermaine Blackwood top scoring for Jamaica with 26. On the international scene, Australia trailed by 36 runs with 7 wickets in hand to start off their first test against New Zealand Friday. Mark Craig was not out on 41 to help New Zealand reach 183 all out. Josh Hazelwood went through the home team's batting lineup, taking 4 for 42 for Australia. The visitors in reply recorded 147 for 3, with Stephen Smith leading the way with 71 and Usman Khawaja 57. Quickly in the ICC Under-19 World Cup, we can tell you that Afghanistan defeated Zimbabwe by 5 wickets. The final scores: Afghanistan 218 for 5 and Zimbabwe 216 for 9. Pakistan boasts a 7-wicket victory over England with scores of 265 for 3 and 264 for 7 in favor of Pakistan. And New Zealand succumbed to South Africa's bowling attack, losing by 138 runs. The scores: South Africa 288 for 6 and New Zealand 150 all out. In football action this weekend, 5 games are down for play. In the DFA Flow Premier League, Sagicor South East and Bathurst State Football Club will go head-to-head on Saturday from 3 p.m. Then on Sunday, defending champions Kyrie FM Exodus Football Club will face Caribbean Cool Harlem United at 3, followed by Northern Concrete and Steel Bombers versus Signman Middleham United at 5 p.m. These matches are scheduled for the Benjamin's Park. Meantime, in Division 1 football, Grand 4 Young Boys and Trafalgar Football Club will meet up on Sunday at Newtown Savannah at 3 p.m., followed by a match between East Central and Canefield Football Club from 5. Finally, in sports, the Pierre Charles Secondary School bounced back from losing a previous game to triumph over their competitor on Thursday in the Secondary School's Under-20 Basketball Championship. PCSS registered a 12-point lead to defeat their Dominica Grammar School 47-35. S. John Baptist scored 20 for PCSS, while Jesse Benjamin added 14. Scoring for DGS was Joshua Henderson with 9 points. That's all the time for sports. I am Kenny Williams. Have a great weekend.
Your weekend weather report is next.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am your presenter, Annie Corrette Joseph. The Atlantic high pressure system continued to be the dominant feature across the region today, which resulted in generally fair skies. A few low-level clouds were observed across Dominica throughout the course of the day. Radar imagery indicated a few isolated showers across the island chain. Conditions for tonight, fair to partly cloudy, and these conditions are expected to continue into tomorrow. Temperatures are expected to peak near 30 degrees Celsius. Marine conditions, moderate in open water, with waves peaking near 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise some caution. An increase in cloud cover is expected on Sunday and Monday. Some breezy conditions can also be expected on Monday. The Atlantic high pressure system will continue to be the dominant feature across the island chain tomorrow, resulting in generally fair to partly cloudy skies with some showers. On the international scene, mainly fair skies can be expected in New York, Miami, Caracas, and Beijing. Partly cloudy skies in London with some showers. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:31 a.m. and set at 6:08 p.m. For updated information, visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for viewing and join us next time. Good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. Police constable to be flown to Martinique for medical attention after recent attack. Prime Minister calls on the public to stand in solidarity with injured police officers. And Nelly Star remembered on 42nd birthday. Email us at news@MarpinNewsFeb12th2k16 and check out our newscast on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I'm Graham Carter. Have a great weekend.